getting ready to do a few things that I've never done before. One of them is welding stainless to mild steel. In fact, I've never welded stainless, period. But this is half of a V-band clamp. And they don't give you much. I really thought there'd be more recessed area. Do you see that lip there? Right here. It is very little area that sits inside of there. So that's going to get welded on here as the collector. And then that circle right there represents where this bung needs to be welded in. And rather than just drill a hole and then weld this on the outside there, I'm going to make the hole big enough for the whole bung to sit inside, and then I'm gonna recess it, you know, maybe like half in the pipe, half out, somewhere like right in the middle. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm gonna drill some holes. I don't have a drill bit big enough, and I don't think my my big unit bit's big enough to, or sharp enough anymore to do any damage. So I'm gonna set this on here and then trace it off and drill small holes all the way around, and then one big hole in the middle, and then I'll just have a little bit of material that I've got to get out of there. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll see you in a few. Okay, I got that bung in there, got it all cleaned up around the collector there. I'm almost out of gas, so I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get this done, let alone the collector. If I could just get the collector and this bung done and wrap the exhaust with fiberglass, I could have this header in the van and actually bolted to the engine, and then just work my way from the collector on for the rest of the exhaust. But yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen. See if I can at least get the bung done. The collector welded on there, the V-band. I'm getting ready to wrap the header. This wrap right here. This is 50, I think it's 50 feet, if I remember right. And it came with 8 bands. That's why I chose this one. There was a bunch that were all the same price. This was the best deal with 8 bands. Thought it had the size on there somewhere, but I guess not. Nope. But if I remember right, it's 50 feet. Should be enough to do one header. Well, if you tuned in to learn about TIG welding stainless exhaust, you've come to the wrong place, because this is my first time ever welding TIG welding, and my second time ever welding stainless. So I'm not gonna hide. I'm gonna show you my mistakes. I'm gonna show you, you're gonna witness somebody TIG welding for the very first time. Get your popcorn ready. I got the argon gas for TIG welding last year and then chickened out. Then this morning I came out, decided, okay, I've got everything, I'm gonna do it. I didn't have any tungstens. I never even took this out of the box. I just assumed it was ready to go. It had everything in it that it needed. But it had no tungsten. So I just took my motorcycle 20 minutes to another town to get tungsten. This is a 1/16, and I've got it sharpened the way that they told me to. I don't know if I'm going to be able to really record that there. I think that's about the right amount sticking out there. I've got a little less than an eighth. I've got the argon tank hooked up. It is on TIG. I've got the MIG unhooked. I've got the torch going into the negative side. I've got the ground clamp attached to the positive side. Like I said, argon gas going. I've got the regulator set. It's telling me amperage on the top, and this is 1.4 millimeter wall exhaust. So that's telling me that's a 16 gauge, saying 50 to 85 amps. And 1/16 tungsten diameter, which is what I've got in there. I'm gonna go to 60 amps to start with. What about voltage? Does it say anything about voltage? Oh, okay, that doesn't even move. So somehow that's like preset. All right, that doesn't do anything. I'm kind of nervous. What we're starting with here is this end of this V-band clamp, or this end of the V-band, and this 45 here. And this is gonna get me down from the header and get me to 90, because the header comes down about like that. So I figure this is the easiest. I've got some pretty thick wall here, so if I'm running a little too hot, if I didn't already say it before, I've never TIG welded before, so I don't know if I should be clamping this. I don't know if I need to clamp the ground to the piece. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Oh, I've got to get I got stainless rod also. ER 308L. The size on there. It's 45 thousandths. I don't know how much of this I'm going to go through. I got plenty though. I mean, got a lot of sticks. Put it on there like that. It's gonna be crazy. It's crazy. I really don't know whether to put this clamp directly on the work or not. Kind of wanted it on its side like this. That's the side I didn't clean. I cleaned this end, but not this end. It holds itself in this end. So we're about to find out how clean it has to be. Wonder if that gets too hot for that. I don't normally see people clamp the work. Here we go. I don't know how much gas to use.
My first thought is, that's too hot, I think. I can't even get the rod close to it, and it's already melting before I get close to the torch. It might be entirely too much gas. Yeah, that ain't right. Yuck. At this point, I'd be better off MIGging it with freaking regular wire. That is terrible. I don't know if I have any other stainless steel where I can practice and it will be relevant to what I'm actually working on. That TIG, I'm gonna have to practice. I'm gonna have to find a different way to practice on TIG and get that technique down, because I was really bad at it. And then after I went back and I watched the video of that attempt that I made yesterday, I had way too big, the flame was way too big. It was like, it looked like a blowtorch on there. And I watched the video, and when I watch people TIG on YouTube and online, it does not look like that. It should not. It should just be a little blue torch on there. And I had a blowtorch coming out of that torch. So I was doing something wrong. I think I had too much argon going in. I think I was too far away from my work. I had the tungsten too far away from it. That tungsten's got to be so close that it's almost touching. I do know that. And I thought that you weren't able to burn hole. I thought that you could hold a TIG torch on your work, on your metal, and sit there and just hold it in one spot. And I thought it would just sit there and puddle, and it was impossible to blow a hole through it. But I did. I blew a big hole in there, almost dime size. So that's when I stopped. New plan. I'm gonna MIG it with regular wire. I have stainless wire, but you're supposed to use helium with it. So just one more thing. It seems like every single time I try a new method, I'm missing something, and then I go buy it, and then I find out that I can't do it. First thing I'm gonna do is see if I can fill this big old hole. Yeah. If I can fill that and grind it down, then I'll continue. Then I'm going to finish welding this. If I can't plug that hole, then I'm going to start grinding on this and try to salvage this V-ring portion here. That's that big old hole right there. This is the new catalytic converter. It's a MagnaFlow. It's actually says made in the United States on it, so that was surprising that we're still making cats. Basically got my portion of the exhaust done. When I say my portion, I mean I'm gonna have a local muffler shop actually do the tailpipe from the back of the muffler and then over the rear end, and then there's a hanger like this that's actually still good where the tailpipe hangs from behind the rear wheel on the passenger side. So that portion I'm gonna have bent and actually done at a muffler shop. But to get the engine running and to do the, you know, the first amount of test driving, I'm just gonna have what I have under there now. But I don't want to move on to something else until I actually finish my portion, which is these hangers here. This one is from the green parts van, the 74 Club Wagon. And it's actually still intact. I mean, it's not in the best of shape. Oof. Need a tetanus shot after touching this thing. I mean, it's all dried out and everything. I intended on using this system, and in which a hose clamp hangs here from the bottom and then you clamp it to the exhaust. But it's not working out. So I'm gonna drill these out. There's rivets on the top there that connect all those pieces together. I'm gonna drill that out and actually put some bar. I'm gonna make some hangers so I can, I think this is 3/8 if I remember right. Yeah, 3/8 rod. And I'm gonna make hangers with like the rubber donut hangers. And then this is from the 73 from my van. It's got the same, I've got to drill that rivet out on the top. You can see the difference. Michigan van, Carolina van. So I'm gonna drill those out, get that off of there. I'm gonna weld some rod. I'm just gonna come straight out off the top, put a little bump, put a little bead weld on the end of it to keep it, that rubber from slipping off of there. Maybe put a little crook in it. This one is all ready to go. It has a place right in front of the wheel well where it actually fastens with these two bolts right here. This one I'm gonna have to customize. So I'm gonna put this behind the catalytic converter. So that's what I'm doing. Then I'm gonna clean these up, get the rust off of them, paint them after I weld the rod on there and everything, and then man, I am so itchy. And then after I know that they work and they're the right side, that's why I'm itchy. There's no seams out here. I bet I've been getting bit by those all day. I've been itching like crazy. And then I go to look and I don't see anything. No seams. That's what we got. I didn't get real crazy cleaning them, just enough to make paint stick. I got that, I made little nubs on there. So that should work. Put a little crook. Just kind of swooping up just a tad bit, just to make it want to stay on there. I think I'm gonna paint them now. Yeah. Got this hanger done here. I used the hanger from the 74 and mounted it front to back instead of like from the side. And then got this hanger here, and that's the factory. That's how that always was. Right there. There's a cutaway on the heat shield that allows for that bracket to mount. And then I'm having this done from the back of the muffler all the way out the back. I'm gonna have that done, have it bent and everything, and done at a local shop. That one's pretty close to the muffler. I hope that rubber doesn't melt. That's the only way I could do it. I couldn't think of any other way for as close as this hanger is right here to the muffler. It was the only thing I could think of. I mean, I guess I could have done like a clamp style, but I don't know, we'll see. If that rubber starts stretching and melting, then I'll come up with plan B. So that feels good.